In the never-ending days of hand sanitizer and mask wearing, the iPhone 12 brings us not the Touch ID that would address our Face ID grievances, nor in the days of universal ports does the iPhone 12 bring us the USB-C that would address our Lightning grievances. But instead, the iPhone 12 does bring us magnets. We talked about the magnets a little bit in my previous video, but today we're going to be talking about why I believe they are the most important feature of the iPhone 12. People have called MagSafe a gimmick, and yeah, it might be a gimmick. I think it's kind of cool, but it might be a gimmick. It's not really necessary to magnetize a wallet to the back of your phone, because I have a phone case that has a wallet on the back of it anyway. I don't need a magnet for that. Apple is also selling MagSafe cases where you magnetically attach a case to the back of your phone, which again is unnecessary because cases just snap onto your phone anyway. And lastly, Apple is selling a MagSafe charger, which connects magnetically to the back of your phone to inductively charge your phone. That all may seem very gimmicky, and granted it may be, but here is why I believe that MagSafe is the most important part of the iPhone 12. I believe that Apple plans in 2022 to completely delete Lightning from the iPhones. It could be next year, or it could be the year after 2022. I think 2022 is the most likely year, but in my opinion, it could be anywhere between 2021 and 2023. Here is why. Apple has once before removed a port from the iPhone. That, of course, is the audio jack. When did they choose to do this? Once they had AirPods and Lightning earpods, two things. This is because they wanted a reasonable replacement for the audio jack. Granted, you did have to pay a lot more for the AirPods, but the iPhone also came with Lightning earpods. So both of those things together solved the problem of removing the audio jack. I believe just removing the audio jack itself proves that Apple wants to remove the Lightning port, because it shows that they really just want to remove things for the sake of the iPhone moving to being wireless completely and their devices being more similar. You know, we've seen Apple remove ports from their devices probably a million times. Basically, really just do this to make their devices more simple to use and simpler to build and manufacture and stuff like that, basically. So I think it's clear that Apple wants to remove the Lightning port. If they didn't want to remove the Lightning port, then they probably wouldn't have removed the audio jack. And if they didn't want to remove Lightning, they probably would have already switched Lightnings to USB-C, because Apple knows that USB-C is better. But they have held off for quite a few years on moving to USB-C, even though iPads have moved to USB-C, and so have, obviously, their Macs. If you think to yourself, why would Apple move to USB-C on the iPads but not the iPhone? It's because the iPhone has one thing that the iPad does not, and that is wireless charging. I believe that Apple wants to remove the final port from the iPhone and replace it with wireless charging. You might say, why haven't they done this, since iPhones have had wireless charging for 4 years now? 10, 10s, 11, 12. Yeah, I guess 4 iPhone generations now. iPhones have had wireless charging. The problem is that wireless charging has not reasonably replaced port charging in the way that I believe earpods and AirPods replaced audio jack headphones. This is because charging your phone on a pad like this is just inconvenient. Sure, I mean, it's kind of convenient because you can just slap your phone on it, which makes it more convenient than plugging it into a phone, but it's slower, first of all, and second of all, you can't use your phone while it's charging here. Like, you can't pick up your phone or it stops charging. I believe that Apple's first attempt to resolve this problem was AirPower, because AirPower would have been at least a little bit more convenient than using one of those wireless charging pads that I just showed you, because it would let you place your iPhone anywhere on the pad and it would be more convenient, although still not really solving the problem of not being able to pick up your phone while you're charging it. I believe that when AirPower completely failed, Apple realized that invention wasn't necessarily important, especially because it does not solve that particular problem. So they gave up on it and they went on to MagSafe. It took them a couple years, but MagSafe eventually made its way to the iPhone. Now, what is important about MagSafe? You can pick up your phone and still be charging wirelessly, because since it's magnetic, the MagSafe charger will just follow your phone wherever you take it. the experience would be exactly the same as charging your phone with a wire that plugs into it. Now, this is where I start to wonder, like, what's the point of wireless charging? Because that experience is the exact same as charging your phone with a lightning port. There are a couple of advantages it provides. It still has that aspect that I showed you with the wireless charging pad, where you can just place your phone on it and it starts charging. And even this time, the MagSafe charger will align itself perfectly so it charges. But other than that, the experience is exactly the same. You can pick up your phone both with a wire, with a lightning wire, or with the MagSafe charger, and it's still charging. The MagSafe charger even charges at 15 watts, which is a lot faster than what I can get on my wireless charger that I have over here. And the fact that MagSafe can so easily replace the lightning charger, I believe that this gives Apple a good enough safety net for removing the lightning port. There are a few things that would have to happen in order for this to happen, obviously. Apple would have to either stop including chargers in the box of the iPhone or start including MagSafe chargers. And everyone who has only lightning port earpods would have no way to listen to music with the new iPhone. But I think that Apple is betting that most people would have AirPods by then, because I find it very, very unlikely that Apple would consider including AirPods with the purchase. So it is for these reasons that I believe that while MagSafe may be a gimmick or may seem like a gimmick now, it is one of the most important changes to the iPhone 12, because it gives Apple the opportunity to axe the lightning port in the future. And I believe that that is what they plan to do. I may be wrong about when they plan to do this, but I do not think that I am wrong that they are planning to replace the lightning port completely with MagSafe. Tell me what you think in the comments below. I didn't really see a lot of people talking about this in videos about the iPhone 12, so I thought, it would be meaningful for me to talk about it. So yeah, just tell me what you think. As always, stay connected.